Hello. How is everyone doing today? My name is Sabrina here. And I'm talking to everybody today. I have Human Better 365. I have Sober Society. I have Her Version. I have Break Free all with me today. Listen, I have everyone here because I have an awesome topic that I'm going over today that everybody needs. For those of you that follow me, you know that the basis of everything that we teach under the umbrella of Human Better 365 is all based on time management and organization. There is nothing else. I do not care what kind of challenges, what kind of issues you are dealing with in your life. I guarantee you that when we break it down, it all goes back to lack of time management and lack of organization. Even if you're fighting with your wife, even if it's health and wellness, even if anything, it doesn't matter. It all goes back to you're not managing your time correctly in order to spend the time that you need with your wife. You're not managing your time correctly in order to figure out what you need to be doing for your health and your wellness. It all boils down to time management, organization, and that is what I am here today to talk about. So there are 3 categories, only 3. Every single thing that we do in our lives falls into 3 categories. Number 1, thoughts, the things that you're thinking. We spend so much time thinking. Think of all of the time we spend thinking. Then think of all of the time we spend talking about our thoughts. Thinking and conversations, 1 and 2, and number 3 are actions, the things that we do every single day. It's only 3 things. Anything that you give me that you are doing during your day will fall into those 3 categories. So that's how we're going to simplify it. Now, what do? You have 3 things that you basically do all day in different variations of that. How do you manage all of that? Why do we feel like we're so overwhelmed with so many things all of the time? Well, I am going to cover 4 ways of taking care of those tasks. 1, eliminate. 2, automate. 3, delegate. And 4, you're either going to do it now or do it later. That's it. There's 4 ways of handling all the things that you have going on in your life. So number 1, what we're going to talk about is elimination. Elimination. This is the thing, you guys. You have to be able to realize that a lot of times we don't want to take the time to set up the stuff in our lives to make it easier for ourselves. It takes time to organize. It takes time to manage your time. And a lot of times the piece that we're missing in our life is the piece where we have to actually sit down and take the time to organize our closet or to organize and write out a planner. But taking the time, which it seems like you don't have any, but taking the time to set up these little things in our life, to watch a video like this to help us organize, is what will eventually lead us to being able to have more time, use more time, and buy more time. So learning how to multiply your time is the ability to give yourself emotional permission to do something today that will give you more time tomorrow. So setting up a planner, organizing your closet. Think of how much time you spend looking for things. Think about how much time you spend trying to figure out what to do next. How many times have you sat down on the couch? You can think of 5 things immediately that you need to get done. You can't figure out which one is more important, so then you do nothing. And then you sit on the couch and waste the whole day. It happens time and time again. I hear it all the time. We are reorganizing our messes consistently. So this is the thing. First thing on the list. Don't say yes to everything. People who are asking you to go out to dinner, people that are asking you to do things, people that are asking you to do things for work that aren't necessarily in your wheel of what you're supposed to be doing for work, things outside of work, things with friends, things for family members. We really need to start guarding our time. Guarding our time. A lot of times, our procrastination stems from wanting to be the nice person, wanting to do all of the things all of the time in order to prove our loyalty or prove our friendship or prove that we're a good person or that we love you or whatever it is. And we spend so much time working on other people's stuff that we have absolutely no time to take care of our own stuff. And this is why our own lives are such a mess. So don't say yes to all the things. Be cognizant of where your time is going and who is getting your time. It's okay to say no sometimes. That's okay. I'm giving you permission to say no sometimes. And if somebody asks you, what the heck, say, Sabrina told me. Sabrina said that I could say no to this. And that's your free card right there. The next thing, create specific time for your friends and your family. Specific times. So if you're one of those individuals who is saying, hey, listen, I really need to make sure that I'm spending time with my friends and with my family, which is why I'm being pulled in 100 different directions, then that's fine. If that's the type of person that you are. And I completely 100% understand that. But at the same token, it needs to be set in time blocks throughout your week or throughout your weekend. It can't just be pulling you at spontaneous times all of the time. If you have a friend that is consistently saying to you, hey, listen, I want you to spend time with me doing this. I want you to spend time with me doing this. And they're pulling you consistently throughout the week. It is your responsibility as a friend to sit down with that individual and say, hey, listen, I noticed that you've been wanting to spend some time with me. This is what I'm going to say. How about Saturday from 2 to 4, I spend time with you, and that will be your time. Does that make sense? The next thing is prioritize. What are your prioritizations? What is first? What is second? What is third? Where's your time going, and where's your time going first, second, and third? Sitting down and figuring out what actually needs to be done in your life first. A lot of times, if you sit down, you start to realize that the things that you are putting off are the things that should be number one on your priority list. And a lot of times, we continue to procrastinate the things that are actually going to make huge changes in your life. So sit down with your list of all the things that you need to be doing for the week, for the month, whatever it is, and write down on them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it a 1 priority, a 2 priority, a 3 priority, or a 4 priority? Then sit down and do all the ones. A lot of times the ones are the things that you are putting off because they are the most difficult, they're the most frustrating, they're the most aggravating, and we continue to procrastinate them, and we continue to do the 4s and the 3s because they're easier and they're faster. But our life is staying chaotic. The heaviness that is put on our shoulders continues to stay heavy because we're not getting done those main things. Number 4, don't let others distract you. This is huge. This is enormous in so many areas of our life, especially with our phones, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, the news, sports, ads constantly being thrown at us. Plus, you got your mom calling and your brother calling and your best friend calling and your sister calling and then your husband's calling. And there's so many people trying to get your attention all of the time. Turn your phone off. I have all of my notifications on my phone turned off. I receive 0 notifications from all social media. The only reason my phone ever dings is if I am getting a text message from an actual friend or family, or if I'm getting a phone call. That is it. Other than that, it doesn't. I have to physically go into my apps in order to figure out who is trying to contact me on my social media. The other thing is, you don't have to pick up if somebody's calling you. If you're in the middle of your workday and your sister is calling you, you have absolutely, unless there's an emergency, or you know for sure there's an emergency, if you know that they're just calling you to say hi or shoot the shit, you do not have to answer. You can text that person back and you can say, hey, listen, I'm in the middle of something. Let me call you in 2 hours. Let me call you on Saturday. Whatever it is, there's absolutely no obligation for you to sit here and consistently feel as if your time needs to be pulled in 100 different directions. The last one, and I feel like the most important one, make sure you are getting enough sleep. You need to schedule your breaks. You need to schedule your breaks. So schedule your breaks and make sure you're getting enough sleep. You should be getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. If you're not, this is why we have a zombie-like attitude. This is why we can't think straight. This is why we can't come up with a plan, because our mind is foggy. We have so much fog going on in our minds. And then schedule breaks. I actually schedule myself for certain a 30-minute break. I work from home, and I schedule myself every single day in the middle of the day, a first certain 30-minute break where I sit down, I watch whatever I want to watch, and I eat. And I schedule that consistently. Sometimes there's a few more breaks, but 100%, I do at least one break a day for 30 straight minutes. I don't necessarily talk to anybody, and I indulge in something that I am interested in indulging in. That's very, very important. So I want to talk about elimination, automation, delegation, and then doing it yourself. For the first thing you need to realize when you are doing your thoughts, conversations, and actions, number one, make sure you are looking at all of the things you need to do and eliminating. What can you eliminate out of your life that you are not or should not be doing? For instance, large amounts of YouTube time, large amounts of Netflix time, large amounts of TikTok time, which is something that I am dealing with right now. Where are there large amounts of sections of time that you are fumbling around with things that you shouldn't be fumbling around with and can be eliminated out of your day? Number two is automation. Automation. Think of all of the things that you can be automating. There are still so many people that I run into when I talk to my clients who are not fully automated in their banking life. With all of their bills. They're still getting paper bills, and they're still taking so much time to write a check and to send it out instead of it being automated. If you are having an issue with time management, this could be a really great way for you to save time. Now, it's going to take time to actually set that up. You have to set up that automation. You have to go into each one and you have to set it so that it comes out at a certain time, and you have to log it. But this is the thing. Once you take that 2 hours for that in that day to set that up, in essence, you are then gaining an hour to 2 hours every single month for the duration of your entire life. That is a huge amount of time that you can work with that. The next thing is delegation. Who can you be delegating to do certain things for you as far as your actions go? If you have children, if you have a spouse, if you have a roommate, there are things in your house, there are things that could be done, your car washed, your kitchen cleaned, your patio, laundry, cooking, that could be delegated to somebody else. If you are feeling at the end of the day that there are too many things to do and not enough time to do it, it could be because you are trying to do all of the things by yourself. What are some things in your life that you could actually delegate to somebody else to get them done so that you can feel a sense of relaxation in your life? Or you could also feel a sense of feeling as if you have enough time to do the things that you actually want to be doing, such as a hobby or such as a side business or a activity that you really want to be doing that you haven't had the time to do because you have so many things on your plate all of the time and you feel as if you're just working consistently 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, minus sleep. There are things in your life, I know 100% that you wish you could be doing, but there's a nervousness there. You're not eliminating the things that should be eliminating. You're not automating the things that should be automated or delegating the things that can be delegated. Now, once you do these things, once you eliminate the things that need to be eliminated, automate, delegate, then you're left with a plethora of things that only you can do. And this is what this category happens in this category. Two things. Either you do it now or you do it later. That's it. You do it now or you do it later. There is no other ways about it. So I want to show you guys the Envision Your Best Life 90-day planner that we have here at Human Better 365. There is a whole area in the front of this called Notes, Ideas, and Things to Do. And this is where you brain dump. When you first get this planner, you write down all of the things that you need to be doing throughout your next 90 days. You write every single thing down here. Then what you do is as your weeks start happening, you take from the brain dump area and you put it inside your daily tasks so that you are getting them done. So you pull from the brain dump and you put them here. If you don't need to do it immediately, it stays in the brain dump area. If you're going to actually do it that day, then you put it down for the daily tasks. So it's either done now or done later. That's it. That's all there is to it. So those were the 4 little hints that I have for you as far as making sure that you are doing all of the things that you need to be doing to get your time organized for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year. I certainly hope that you guys are having a fantastic day today. Have a great weekend. Make sure that you guys stay productive and do something awesome today. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.